But you did. Hey guys. How are we do? What is going? My lighting is so messed up. Hey, how are we doing? How are we doing? How are we doing? Hey. Thank you to Barry White and Luther Vandross in the back. How are we doing, Star Fam? Come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on, Mom, in the room. Come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. I said we got so much to talk about. I said we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in the room? Come on! How are you doing, Star Fam? I have no idea what's going on with my lighting. I don't know what's the problem. I don't know why I'm tuning up like this. Should I adjust my light? This was the same lighting I had last night and it was fine. Sorry, how are you guys doing? Kimberly said, so if y'all remember, a man moved in with me. What? Just wanted to update. We're engaged. He's been here since April this year. Well, I know that's right. Congrats. Congrats. I know that's right. Yes. I'm off the market. Miss Gigi88 said, I'm in a virtual all-day training for work. I have to be a part of the replay gang today. Hey, Star family. Hey, Miss Gigi. Thank you for being here, even virtually. Spency said, hey, Star family. Hey, Nikki. How are you? Kimberly said, I'm going to need Cleo to either start producing tears or stop fake crying. You think she's fake crying? I think that man is putting her through it. Poor thing. Hello, pretty kitty. How are you? Sarah said, hey, Nikki and Star fam. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Sarah Q. Hey, Lex Luthor. How are you? Black Lavender said they must have paid that bootleg astrologer with a free meal. That astrologer came in and just broke all of, Kimberly's hopes and dreams. Carmen said, here for the pre-show. It normally takes us 30 minutes to get into the reviews. Normally. I'm going to try to be better today. So Steph said, yes, I'm here for the BS. I know that's right. I know that's right. Black Lavender said, Nicola and Misha is a match made in hell. Absolutely. But they think the church put them together. They think that God is in that mess. He's not. Hey, Connie. Hey, Dr. M. Jasmine said, hey, Nikki, David gave that little boy a side eye. He does not want a relationship with him. Oh, you think so? I think he's trying. Kimberly says, so if you already, we got that one from Kimberly. Connie laughing at Mama Star in the back. Spitzy said, Nikki, my mom loves you, you and your mama's voice. Oh, thank you.
Oh, Mama Star loves all of you guys.
Dr. M said, is Mama Star joining us today? No, she doesn't watch this show. Had so much fun watching yesterday's video. I was in a replay game. Thank you, Dr. M. Hey, Al Boogie, what's up? Thank you. I'm so sorry about the lighting. That's bothering me so much. I think it's because my
Mama Star
back.
Be here for the Golden Bachelor.
The Golden Bachelor. Yes, that's where Mama Star is going to be here for the Golden Bachelor. I feel like I'm like not like. Oh, maybe is it my computer? Maybe it's my computer. I don't know. Thank you. But I am working on doing better. Hey, TT. How are you? Tar said, hey. Update on the mini twist. I don't like them out, but with its style, they are giving. Oh, good. I'm going to try them because I washed my hair. What's today? Today is Wednesday. I washed my hair either Friday or Saturday. So I'm going to try it again and we will see. So Steph said, Riley and Violet is the equivalent to a cage match. Absolutely. Black Lavender said, Sheila's son basically said, to hell with living in above poverty in America. Yeah, that baby said, I don't want to leave my family and everything that I know. And I mean, he's a kid. Of course he's going to say he don't want to move to America. I get it. TT said, hey, Mama Star.
Hi, my love.
So, guys, the first show we're going to start off with is before the 90 days. Let's get into it. Let's get into Gino and Jasmine. They had a lot of coverage this episode. So let's talk about the happy couple. I feel like, I don't know. It's just very weird that Jasmine is now acting like a baby is not going to be a part of this relationship. When in the beginning, Gino was absolutely like all about the kids. All about kids, all about being a father, all about having a family. And so was Jasmine. Now, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she's just like, well, I don't want to have a kid. My kids are a lot older. I don't know if that's necessarily for me. Also, we're having a lot of issues. And I get that. She's making a lot of sense. But I'm like, you went into this relationship making this man believe that he was going to have a child with you. So now all of a sudden you're pulling back.
It's a difference if he's not a good man.
I know that it's a difference, but she absolutely went into this relationship, this situationship, knowing that he wanted some kind of legacy. So I feel like he's a little bit justified and being a bit annoyed that all of a sudden Jasmine don't want kids out of the blue. Right?
You know what I know.
Out of the blue. So I get Gino being a little bit I'm being a little bit annoyed by that. And I also feel like I don't think that you can lock down, that you're going to be able to lock down citizenship without giving him a womb heir. Like, I feel like that's going to be his absolute, like his one thing where it's just like, okay, well, if I can't have a child, then me and you are not going to be together. I don't care how much you piss on him. I do not believe that he is going to continue the relationship unless you give him a child. And if you want the coin, you got to give the man an heir. That's just what I think is happening here. I could be wrong, but Jasmine did make great points. You know, moving to another country, bringing her children over, the culture shock, dealing with Gino's raggedy family, dealing with him being cheap with her and her children in America. That is a lot to deal with, and especially a lot to deal with while throwing in a newborn baby. So Jasmine made a lot of great points about why she was not ready to have a child with Gino. I'm just saying, I could understand him being a bit frustrated when all of a sudden now you are like, no baby. Especially when I don't think that you or Gino got a lot of time. So I understand where he's coming from, and I understand where Jasmine is coming from as well. What do you guys think? Because I'm just like, yeah, I can see Gino being a little upset, but I could also, I also agreed a lot with what Jasmine was saying.
I feel like Jasmine, she has children already. Mm-hmm. She's already in a third world country. He's not being he's being cheap. Mm-hmm. So when she think about her children, her hardship, mm-hmm. and then she's going over there and have to struggle again with a place that she's not familiar with. Uh-huh. I agree with her. I'm not having no baby with you, and you are not. I don't have a strong, firm foundation. Mm-hmm. So that's just my spill.
I get it. You know a lot, Mama. You made good points. Yeah. Let's move on to my favorite couple, Riley and Violet. I love me some Violet. She does not play with Riley. He thought that he was going to get some submissive Asian woman who was going to let him talk to her any kind of way. And Riley, Violet said, yeah, I love Violet.
Oh, I love
She
Violet.
said, absolutely not. He thought that he could walk all over her, and Violet said no. No. Even when he apologized to her, Violet was just like, your sincerity is not enough. I need more.
Okay. And I think that she should stand on that.
She is.
He is a reject from the women in America. Mm-hmm. So he went over there.
You know he's from Philly. There it is. He is from Philly.
And she let him know, I'm not to be played with. And you can skedaddle and go back to the U.S.
She left him. He had to go apologize to her. She was like,
you need me.
Absolutely. And Violet was just like, this apology is not enough. I need you to be more sincere.
Yeah.
Like you have to do better.
And she said, where did you get these flowers from? These ugly flowers.
I'm Team Violet over here. And then she also said to Riley, she was just like, you're coming and apologizing to me. The sincerity is not there. I need a bit more. Like you really hurt me. You embarrassed me in front of your friend who was all of a sudden your family. And now you just want to come back and apologize and make everything okay. No, that's not okay now. You have to show me that you're really sorry. I love that about her, right? But what does Riley do immediately after, giving her this sincere apology? All of a sudden, he wants her to take accountability for hurting him. And I'm like, no, that's not how it works. You were the one that messed up. You need to apologize. But in order for him to apologize, he has to get some apology back. And it's just like, that's not how relationships work. She did not wrong you. You wronged her. So she should. She should. So she is the one that needs to be given the apology, but he can't do that. He doesn't operate like that. Unless he knows that he is getting something back, he can't give. And that is not somebody that needs to be your partner, Violet. You can do better on your worst day. So now that Riley and Violet are cool, right? Violet decides to ask Riley if he could take care of her kids. And I didn't see anything wrong with that. Like Riley was just like, oh, now she's asking me for money. What do you think this is? What do you think this is? You think just because you're going to another country and you're going there as a passport bro, and you're going after a woman based off of certain stereotypes that you have heard from other Americans about the woman in her community, you think that you're just going to get this woman that you can walk all over and not pay for play? She was just like, I have children and I have a nice job and I have a good life over here. How are you going to be able to provide for me and my kids in America? And I was just like, this is a conversation that needs to happen. You want her to leave everything that she knows. And she seems like she's pretty comfortable where she is. So if she's going to go with you, she wants to know if she's going to live the same life or better and not beneath. And I was absolutely here for the conversation, but I was very turned off by how Riley was like acting like she was asking him for money. And then he's just like, well, I have 100K in the bank, so you can't take care of her and her kids in America. He's just like, well, I'm kind of comfortable. Like, I don't understand these men, right? And this is for David too. Even though he is a sweetie, I just do not understand you guys going over to these countries. And I guess because you're picking impoverished women from these countries that you think are less than America, you're thinking that you don't have to spend as much money on them. But if you're trying to bring them to America, you got to spend American coin on these women. So what is happening when you are trying to get a woman who has children, who also like Violet has a comfortable life where she's at? What is happening with you when they are asking about financial security, which is what you're going to get from an American woman, if not more? And I think that you guys just expect for these women to just be so happy that an American man is paying them any kind of attention. But I don't think you guys realize that you ain't the kings you think you are. Now, maybe a sex worker will say that to you, maybe somebody who's scamming you. But I think the women that are really with you guys because they want to have some kind of relationship with you is not thinking the same way. And even if it is a sex worker kind of situation where you guys are obviously as passport bros obviously doing sex tourism, you still got to take care of the woman. You still got to take care of her kids if she has them. So I just don't understand you guys going to these countries and like being shocked that these women are just like, how are you going to take care of me and my child? Like, am I going to have financial security in America? Because that's a conversation that any woman would have with the man that she's in a relationship with, especially if that man is asking her to leave her country and come live with him. Like, that's a huge trust that she has to give to you, along with giving you, the protection of her, giving you the power to protect her kids. Like, that's a lot. So I just did not understand where he was acting like she was asking something that was so astronomical when it's a really important conversation to have. I have no problem with Violet. I don't have any problem with the women on the show, to be quite honest with you. I think they're asking the right questions at the right time. It is the men who don't have no money who are lying to these women, who are getting upset when these women are asking about financial security. It's all of the guys. It's all of the guys. And then even later on, after, Riley and Violet are cool, after they had the financial conversation, Riley is still fishing for some kind of apology from her. He asked her if she's sorry for contacting his dad, because Violet contacted his father and was just like, your son is treating me like garbage. And Violet was just like, no, I'm not, I'm not upset about contacting your dad because you weren't treating me right. You weren't treating me right. And I reached out to your father to be like, why is your son treating me like this? I didn't do anything wrong. And then Riley gets upset with her at that. And I'm like, what are you looking for? You want her to be wrong because you're so terrible. And that's just not going to happen, Riley. It's just not going to happen. You want to come after her. You want her to be wrong. That is just not the case. And I think he leans into, oh, well, I'm here in a foreign place and I feel like you should treat me better. You treat her like garbage. You're lucky that she's still talking to you. Oh my gosh, she's so annoying. Violet, why do you keep on putting up with this? Is it the show? Is it the show, sis? Get out of this. Get out of this. But I love the fact that she was just like, no, I don't owe you an apology and I don't regret a thing. I will contact your dad again today if you treat me poorly again. Period. I like Violet. That's my girl. That is my girl. Let's move on to David and Sheila. Do I have that couple here? Oh, I do. I think that they're the real deal. I really, really do. I think that David needs to be honest and let Sheila know that he just doesn't have money. I think he needs to, let her know what the truth is and that, he's broke. He just has to tell her the truth. I think that he's like beating around the bush around a lot of situations. And I think he just needs to, sit the translator down and be like, you need to tell Sheila at some point that I don't have the money. Speaking of the translator, they still have my good sis riding around with them, interpreting every freaking conversation. Please release my good sis. I know she has a family that misses her that she has to get back to. Is she going to be with them the whole season? This is insane. I'm like, she's still here. Get your coin, sis. I hope you are charging the hell out of TLC. I hope you are charging them up. I know some of you guys thought it was fake, but I really like seeing David bond with Sheila's son. You could tell that the kid really wanted that. You could also tell that the kid, although he's living in poverty, he don't want to leave. He's happy where he is. And he's not, he doesn't want to go to America. But when her son told David that he didn't want to go to America, the way Sheila looked at him, she was like, no, he's just, he's a kid. She would looked at that little boy like she was about to pop him in the back of his head. She was so upset when he was like, no, I don't want to move. I'm fine where I'm at. I don't want to leave my family and friends. Sheila was like, no, that's not what we discussed. Poor thing. He's a kid. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't know what America is like. He's not enamored with America like his mom. So, I think he was answering honestly. And I don't think that's going to affect your future, Sheila. So, you're fine. You are absolutely fine. But I do think that David, at some point, you have to tell Sheila the truth that you just are. The provision that you are going to give her is going to be extremely minimal. But I think like Riley, like David, they're holding America over the women's head. And it's just like, America is not great if you broke. She'd rather be broke here with her family, you know what I mean? Because at least she has some kind of community than broke in America. So I think, again, I like David. I think he's a nice guy, but him withholding the fact that he just don't have it like that to Sheila, who believes he does, and she believes that because that's how he was leading out in the relationship. He's being dishonest, and that ain't cool. He's being dishonest, and that is just not cool at all. Let's get to Christian and Cleo. Again, we've talked about this before. I hate this relationship. I hate everything about this relationship. I want Cleo to be free. I think that she is trying to hold on to this relationship because she feels so special that she's Christian's first transgender woman. And I'm just like, girl, I don't think that this is the prize that you ever want to be. He treats you poorly. So anyway, they go and meet with an astrologer because she's big into astrology. And the astrologer basically tells Cleo that her and Christian are going to break up. And then Cleo starts crying and falling apart. And I'm like, Cleo, this relationship hasn't been a good relationship from jump. So I don't understand what you're upset about. Because Christian just hasn't been a good guy. I think you need to be excited that the relationship is coming to an end because all you've done since you've been with this man is cry. So I don't understand why you were just so heartbroken because Christian wasn't. Christian listened to the astrologer saying that the relationship was going to fall apart and he was chill. Because I don't see Christian wanting to pursue a relationship with Cleo outside of the show. It's very clear to me that he's a community theater actor and he is using this show as a way to get some kind of exposure because every episode he's showing us a character that he could play and trying to emote. This is basically his demo reel for the acting career that he wants to have. So I don't think for 1 second that he is into her or wants a relationship with her outside of this show. I think Christian will absolutely keep in contact with Cleo as long as 90 Day Fiance is on the table. Poor thing. I do feel bad for Cleo, but she's an adult and she needs to wake up. He does not want her. I also think that she was hoping the astrologer would tell her something different than what she already knew. I think she knew or knows that this relationship is going nowhere. And I think she just wanted the astrologer to give her a different outcome. But I believe when she got the confirmation that she already knew in her gut, a woman's intuition will never steer you wrong. I think when she, when she got that confirmation, I think that's when she fell apart, because she knew at that point that there was no saving this relationship. Sis, this is a good thing. He's not a good guy for you. He's not a good guy in general, but especially not for you. Nicola and Misha. This is sad. Okay, hold on. I gotta fix my light because something is happening here. Oh, that's what happened. Hold on. I'm like, what is going on? I feel like praising the Lord. Maybe that'll work. Yeah, that's some kind of difference. That's some kind of difference. We'll deal. Nicola and Misha, a church relationship, like we all know. I can't believe these two dated for 7 years. This is giving. I feel like these two are like really good friends, and I hate to say it, but I feel like this is like a Beard situation, right? I feel like Nicola and Misha are really good friends, and she's trying to get him out of captivity and bring him to America. And I feel like he is playing up this character because this is a character that he has to be. But I feel like when she gets him to America, he's going to be a totally different person. This is giving besties. It's not giving, oh, we are in a loving relationship and, this is what we want. I don't even think these two are attracted to each other. Like, nothing about this relationship makes me believe that it's real. I just don't. There's no attraction. There's no passion. Y'all don't like each other. I feel like this is just like a bestie situation, because I just don't know what even was the conversation that could keep these two together for 7 years. It's just, something is not adding up. I'm so sorry. So Nicola is talking to Misha. He said he's very nervous about her meeting his family because she's divorced and she's not a virgin. And I'm just like, you are 72. I feel like your family will be happy that at least you're bringing home a woman, because I feel like they never thought that would ever happen, right? And I feel like he's making up all of these scenarios where his family will not like her. But I'm just like, I feel like your mom will be relieved, because every mama knows. Every mama knows. And I feel like she would just be relieved that at least you are bringing home a woman, no matter, how she has lived her life. I think she would just be relieved, because I feel like he is making this thing a lot bigger than what it really is, and very nervous about his family meeting her. And I'm just like, when your family sees her, they're going to rejoice. Like, he is doing too much. That's why I always say date your type, because I can't believe that this man is putting her through it. Ciao. Absolutely not. So Misha meets Nicola's family, and they don't know who she is. Like, the mom just thinks that she's like a bestie, a friend, somebody that he's been Facebook buddies with. And I don't think the mom is wrong, because that's what I get. I don't get relationship. I get besties, two friends that met in a knitting Facebook group. That is what I get. So she's trying to introduce herself to Misha's Nicola's family, and he like starts shutting her down, like being very nasty to her. And I'm like, Misha, why are you letting him treat you like this? Like, what is happening? What is happening? I'm telling you, this is a church relationship, because only a man like Nicola could treat a woman like Misha like that, and she not think anything is wrong with it, because church will do that to you. Church will do that to you. I'm telling you, there are so many men who met their wives in church, and I'm telling you, if they did not meet those women in church, they would never be in the vicinity of them. They better thank the Lord that he captured some really beautiful women to be wives to these men. My God, today. But I just don't like how he's treating her. And I don't like how she's allowing this below mediocre man to speak to her. And she's just taking it. And I'm like, girl, you can pack up and leave whenever you feel like it. Like, he has the nerve to be nasty to her. Like, he's the prize. I feel like that's the biggest issue I have in this relationship. He thinks that he's the prize. In what world? In what world? The church world. Sad. Let's end here with Statler and Dempsey. Manipulative. That's exactly what Statler is doing, because Dempsey still does not want Statler to move in with her. She was just like, we just met each other. Like, yeah, we've talked or whatever, but we just met each other. We just start being intimate. You still have an ex that you're still buddy with out here. I need to see how this relationship is going to be with us physically being in the same place. And I don't think that it's smart for you to move in when I have apprehension and we are just not at that place. And then Statler does this. And although I believe that there is truth behind it, I still think that she was trying to be manipulative to Dempsey, because Statler then says to her, well, I feel like you don't want me. I feel like you're rejecting me, as somebody who was adopted. I feel like, nobody wants to be like, why did my parents, they didn't want me. They gave me away. And now I feel like you're doing the same thing to me. And I just thought that was unfair. I thought that was unfair. I felt like Dempsey had very valid points of why she did not want to move in with Statler. And Statler's opinion was, oh, well, I'm adopted and you're rejecting me, and this makes me feel bad. She even started to cry and then looked at Dempsey to see if it was working. And I'm thankful to Dempsey that she did not fall for it. But I was just like, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And I was just like, this is why she has apprehensions with you, because why would you do something like that? That just felt very, very manipulative. Like, Statler, you can live down the street, right? Like, you can find a place that suits you, because you also said that you didn't like her living quarters. So you can find a living quarter that suits you, especially since the Star family says that you're rich. Like, it's not like you're hurting for a property. You can get it. Why do you have to live with her? I don't know. I just felt like that was manipulative. And I do believe her story that she does feel a lot of rejection, but I don't think that she felt it in this situation. And I felt like she was just using that so that Dempsey can do what she wants her to do. But I love the fact that Dempsey stood her ground and was just like, I feel sorry that happened to you, but I'm not okay with you moving in with me. And this is how we're going to proceed in the relationship. So I feel like Dempsey's okay. Cause I was a little afraid for her because of how her family and because of how her dad and her best friend treats her. Like, she's so fragile. I was very concerned, but I feel like she can handle Statler. I feel like she is she's good. She's a good egg. She knows what she's doing. I don't think her family needs to be concerned. And as of right now, she is not allowing Statler to move into her medium trailer. Good for her. What do you guys think? Let's get into it. Whitney said the vast majority of these people's motives are not genuine. It's sad to watch. The manipulation is real. Absolutely. TT said, I cringe when I see Gino and Jasmine. You mean Chino and Jasmine? Thank you, Indy. TT said, Jasmine realizes she doesn't need to have a baby to come to the U.S. But I feel like she does if she wants to be with Gino, because that's what he wants. And I think he's going to dangle citizenship over her until she gives him a child. I feel like he might be petty enough to be like, oh, I want to get you pregnant here, and then you have the baby in America. I see Gino doing something like that. Whitney said, Jasmine with those hair clips took me out. Those $2,000 hair clips. I was like, ooh, all right, girl. Keep on telling Gino that your clip-ins are $2,000 a clip. Hey, Naya, how are you? Indy said they both should not reproduce with each other. Yeah, the way they fight, it's a toxic environment. Jasmine doesn't need to be bringing her kids in that, but she wants to get to America. Kimberly said Jasmine is scamming and promised him a baby to get him on the hook. And he is hoping get him on the hook and is hoping he'll love her more than wanting a child. I believe that, but yeah, I don't think he's going to love her more than wanting a child. I don't think so. Laura said, I don't want anyone to have a baby they don't 100% want, including Kenny, yeah, and including Jasmine. That's very concerning, right? Because I feel like it's very obvious that she's done having babies. And I think she's not being honest with Gino because she knows that's what he wants. And I feel like she knows that if she can't give him that, then she's not coming to America. So I don't think she's going to fully tell him the truth until she gets to America. She is, Laura. I love Violet. I feel like the producers talked to her and made her come back for the sake of the show. But yeah, I don't think that she would have came back had she not been, coached by the producer. Oh, So Steph said, I can't stand either Riley or Violet. Ooh. Spency said, I'm sad I have to be a part of the replay gang. I got to babysit. It's fine. We'll see you later. Whitney said, Riley and Violet are equally problematic. You think so? I don't see nothing wrong with Violet just yet. Laura said, I thought he was New York, Brooklyn. No, he's Philly. Riley is Philly. Well, not really Philly. He's Jenkintown. Irene said Violet be gathering Riley together, and I just love it. Yeah, because he didn't expect that. Riley thinks just because he's an American, he could talk to Violet any kind of way, and Violet said absolutely not. Absolutely not. Kimberly said Riley admitted on TikTok Live with Teray that he has a narcissistic personality disorder. My God, today. Wow. And you want a wife? Ciao. Tia B said Riley can't let things go. Even in this moment, he kept bringing up old stuff, even though, he was wrong. It's just like, you were the one that wronged Violet. It wasn't the other way around, buddy. Tartar said that man is from New York and lives in Strasbourg. We don't claim him. He mentioned his ex left him and went to Philly. Oh, okay, Tartar. Thank you. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Kimberly said, So Steph, he spills all his tea one live with Teray. I saw one of their lives, but I can't get into them TikTok lives. They just go on and on forever. I'm like, y'all got to have a limit. Pretty Kitty said, hold on. Stand up. Tired of sitting. Pretty Kitty said, crazy thing is, Riley looks just like the chief of police here in Jackson, Florida. They literally look like they could be the same person. His name is CK Waters. Let me look up CK Waters. Mom. Oh my God, he does. He does. He looks just like him. Kimberly said Riley has spilled so much tea while live. He claims he will no longer be paid by TLC for breaching his contract. Oh my God, Kimberly, what did he do? How did he breach? TT said, I don't think he understood the terms and conditions of a passport, bro. Yeah, he probably heard from other guys that he could treat her any kind of way. And Violet said, nope. Ryan said, did they forget these women can't work when they first get to the U.S.? And don't plan on working. So Steph said he is a mess. His pride and ego or something else. We can't blame those women for leaving the way they did. Yeah, he seems very nasty. We've never seen the nice side of Riley, ever. Laura Becker said, Violet looks like she's living a middle-class life. She's right to expect more from him. Absolutely. Every time we see Violet, she out to dinner with her girls. She had the dinner. She had the brunch. She's shopping. She got a nice little life where she at. So Steph said Sheila life ain't all that comfortable. That grocery store paycheck of David would be a big upgrade. Yeah, but I feel like she's expecting more. And I'm like, yeah, you're not going to get more from David. You ain't get a big fish. You ain't get a big fish. Not in this one. Tartar said, I agree. It sounds off-putting to ask someone their salary. However, moving to another country, these women need to know they are going to be cared for. Absolutely. Oh, let me remove Dempsey and Statler. Absolutely. It's a conversation that you need to have. So Steph said Violet was dead wrong for contacting his father, but Riley doesn't know how to explain to her why she was wrong. Black Lavender said Violet wanted to know for sure that he had money to support them. Smart woman. Vegan Knowledge said, I said that he really looked like I'm done. Then who knows? We heard this before, LOL. Plus, they likely may be too toxic for children. If this is about Gino and Jasmine, I absolutely agree. Kimberly said, Ryan Rounds, the way he talks on live, to random people is so different. What do you mean? Is he nicer? Indy said, Nikki, over this side of the Atlantic, we have the finance talk. I learned from my Eastern European friend to ask on a first date because the truth is a commodity and time is precious. So don't waste it. I agree. Laura said, I want the interpreter to get a bag from this show. Me too. When they opened up the scene and she was sitting right there, I was just like, y'all have not released this lady yet. Is she going to be with David the whole trip? That's insane. Yeah, she was at the beach. The beach, the restaurant, and a car. I'm like, this is crazy. You cannot have a relationship like this. You cannot have a relationship like, oh, Kimberly said TLC doesn't pay that. Wow. Indy said that kid got slapped at home after. He sure did. She popped him upside of his head. When David asked you if you want to come to America, you better say yes. She was like, I was like, ooh, baby, don't turn around and look at your mom. Don't turn around and look at your mom. He absolutely said, no, I don't want America. My mama do, but not me. Black Lavender said Sheila tried to make it to the land of above poverty. And that's exactly what she's going to get. Above poverty. And that's it. Weezy K said, hey, Nikki, side note, can we get a skincare routine video? Because the way you are glowing. Thank you. Absolutely. And you can get that skincare video on my other page, which is, we have it here, NikkiStar at home. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Follow me over there, especially for my fall content. We're going to have some fun, y'all. We are going to have some fun. Basura indeed. He really, really is. So Steph says Sheila don't have a roof on her house, so I don't think she needs to latch on to David, get a job in the So I do think she needs to latch on to David, get a job in the U.S. and upgrade her family. Yes, absolutely. David is going to be an upgrade for her, but I feel like Sheila thinks that David is a lot better off than he is. Like she was really shocked that he couldn't pay for all of the construction stuff that needs to be done in her home. She was just like, when she was talking to the construction guy, she was just like, yeah, just tell him everything. He'll do it. And David was just like, I can put something on it, but I can't pay for it. And Sheila was like, huh? Because she's expecting for him to have money, especially since he told her he makes $800 a week. And she was like, we can get a condo here for that. But I'm like, in America, you can't even get a room for that. Oh, gazoon tight, my love. Gazoon tight. That was on point. I will give him that. But he's a performer, guys. He's an actor. He has no interest in Cleo whatsoever. All of his interest is in this show. That's all it is. And I don't like that because you can tell that Cleo is really into this guy. And he just wants to use the show as a demo reel. Laura said, no one likes Christian and he's not even a villain in a big way that Big Ed and Angela have become. He has no future with the 90 Day Fiance franchise, but he will keep dragging Cleo along to stay on the show for some type of relevancy. Spency said, I think he can't accept that he may be bi or pan. I feel like Christian would be able to accept something like that. I just think he's not attracted to Cleo. I think he's not attracted to her. He's attracted to the show. Veganala said, why do you go flaunting money, then get mad when they ask for you to handle it? Absolutely. It's so crazy. Laura Becker said, okay. Laura, I don't expect that from you. She is. She really, really is. I feel so bad. So Steph said, Nicola needs to get, okay. Spency said, I feel bad for Misha and Nicola is just horrible. The way he was talking to her in front of his family, I'm like, girl, why are you sitting here? Get out of this situation. Where are your besties? Kimberly said, Misha needs to run. Nicola is meant to be a forever bachelor with his fish and his website. Black Lavender said, Misha meeting the mom and brothers was a bad idea because the mom was just like, who is this? Not like in a bad way. She thought that it was just like another one of his friends that he brought home. She's going to be so gagged when he says, oh, this is going to be my wife. Spency said, Nikki, you look beautiful. Don't worry about the lighting because it's working, girl. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Indy said, these two are devoted fools. And who is that man trying to convince that he's not 50? He's a good 72. You can't, Laura. You can't. You see the way he's talking to Misha? You see the way that this man is talking to Misha? Ciao. Indy said, how is Misha going to get an annulment to say her marriage didn't happen when she has two living, beautiful kids that are very real and a product of that marriage? It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Kimberly talked about Statler saying that she uses her backstory as a way to manipulate others when things don't go her way. Absolutely. Absolutely, Aaliyah. TT said Statler is very manipulative. That's why the other girl left her. Possibly. Sarah said, it's like during a breakup when someone says, fine, leave me like everyone in my life has. Yes, very manipulative. Too quickly, too fast. And I'm just like, I don't understand how she doesn't understand that Dempsey is just like, we need to take our time. We literally just met in person. And now we're trying to move in together. That's a huge step. Kimberly said, Statler is using Dempsey as a placeholder for the love she feels she missed out on by being adopted. Statler needs therapy, not a relationship. Not a relationship. Kimberly, that's a great perspective. That's a great perspective. Soso Steph says Statler being rich makes sense because she seems like she can pick up and go at any moment. She absolutely can, but she won't. I'm like, you can get a home up the street. You can even just get a long-term hotel room. Why are you trying to move in with Dempsey like that? She is. And I was really concerned because of the way her community protects her. But I feel like she got it together. Kimberly said Riley spilled and said that the man took him around town. And to get him a cigar was actually production and made him stay and contact her. I believe that. They needed material. I believe that. Hey, Marlene. Marlene said, I'm late. Gino is cheap. $3,000 rent and plastic surgery is cheap. Get me a Gino. You know what she had to do to get that? It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Kimberly said Riley is ruder and more abrupt with people. He cuts people off and doesn't let people speak. Absolutely. Absolutely. She also said Riley gets triggered. Oh, wait, what happened? What happened to the comment? There it is. She also said that Riley gets triggered easily and goes off. He frequently has to turn off the camera and take a break. Yikes. Jasmine said, I feel bad for Statler. I think she definitely struggles with feelings a lot and wanting a relationship, but doesn't realize it takes time. Very true. Kimberly says that T-Ray and Riley revealed when they filmed how they had to pay for all their own flights and travel arrangements, and TLC just tagged along. Genius. Genius. You see what they can do to you when you're non-union? Genius. They make all that money off of you and you have to pay for everything. Child, I don't, Laura. We get a glimpse of it on this show. I don't need to see him go, full metal jacket. Jasmine says, yes, LOL. Christian's Trump performance was funny. He did a good job. I'll give him that. But I'm like, you are not here for Cleo. You are here for the show. Phil Foster Dog Mom said, I love Sheila's game. Pork hard. Oh my God, the trifecta of Rapunzel. Come on. I don't think that that's something that she planned. Her life just ended up being really sad, and there was a camera crew there to film it. Let's move on to 90 Day Fiance the other way. My favorite couple is breaking my heart because I feel like they may have to end, and I hate this. I hate this for Kenny and Armando. I love this couple so much, but I feel like a baby is going to make or break them. And this is why you have to have the real conversations before you get into a long-term relationship. Because Kenny and Armando got together and a baby was absolutely in the conversation. Absolutely in the conversation. But now that Kenny is in his 60s and he's a grandpa, he doesn't want to be a dad. again. He doesn't want to raise a child. He also thinks it's unfair to, start raising this kid and then not be here to see the child grow up. But that is something that Armando wants, has voiced that, and Kenny still continued to go in the relationship knowing that Armando wanted a child. And I am very concerned because I don't think that Armando was going to let that go. Because even Armando said, well, we can talk about it. Like, if that's not what you want, we can talk about it and I can see if I can live with that. And when you both start saying, because they both have said, well, let me see. When you get to that point, it's just going to be a dangerous place to be in, because you're both going to let me see each other to death. And then it's going to get to a point where it's just like, I don't want this and I want this. We've come to a fork in the road. What are we going to do? And this breaks my heart because I love them, but we've seen the best couples break up over a child. And Armando really, really wants that, especially, and this broke my heart when he revealed why he wanted another child so bad. I did not know. Did you guys know this? That his wife was pregnant when she got in a car accident. And not only did he lose his wife, he lost his child. Kenny, he has to have this baby. He's never going to be complete. He has to have this baby. I did not know that. And I'm so heartbroken. I love this couple, but I'm just like, Armando's not going to budge. And I don't think that Kenny is going to budge, because every time they talk about a child, Kenny breaks down. I hate this for them. I hate this for them. I'm so heartbroken. Here's the thing also. This is why May December relationships are always so hard, because you and your partner are in different stages of your life. So you both want something different. And there's always going to be one partner who no longer wants something because he wanted it at that time. And that's what Kenny said. Kenny said, of course, Armando wants to have a kid. He's at the age where you have kids. I'm not. But I'm like, you married him. So somebody's going to have to make a compromise. Somebody has to make a compromise on the child. Oh my gosh. I hate this for them. I hate this for my favorite couple. Let's move on to Brendan and Mary. Mary is unwell. She's not well. This boy is in church. She's like, don't look over there. Don't look at those women. Just look straight at the pastor. Don't look, like turning his head and everything. This isn't healthy. This is not a healthy relationship. And then when Brendan confronts her, she starts like not just crying, travailing. Like, I'm like, what is going on with that girl? Something is wrong. I'm sorry, Brendan. Like, just like guttural cries. I'm like, something ain't right here. And normally it's the American that is unwell, but it's something up. There's something about Mary. There is something about Mary. And I'm really concerned. And I feel like Brendan's mom, she saw a lot more than what we saw. So I'm starting to validate her concerns, because the way Mary acted this episode, very, very scary. Very, very scary. And I feel like, because they all say, oh no, we're going to live here, right? These two are going to come to America. There's no way that Mary is going to stay in America. And there's no way that Brendan, and if you guys told me that she's carrying his child, there's no way that they're raising their child wherever Mary's from. I forgot. They're absolutely raising that baby in America. And that just concerns me. When she gets here, Lord knows what she's going to do. Lord knows how she's going to manipulate. Lord knows how she's going to get along with that family, especially the mom who can see her. Fireworks every day. And Lord knows what she's going to do with that child, or how she's going to use that child against them. Mary, get help. Something ain't right. Asian. She's not the American. He's the American. But she's like really, really possessive. I thought that Brendan was going to be the problem. Mary, don't look over there. Don't you dare. Don't you cheat on me with your eyes. He's in church. Are you crazy?
I like Mary.
No. This is Brendan and Mary.
Don't you cheat on me with your eyes.
Paul and Karini. That's what I'm seeing with this couple. This is Paul and Karine all over again. Very concerned. Holly and Wayne. There was nothing much that really happened with Holly and Wayne, other than the fact that Wayne ain't got no money, and I don't know when Holly is going to realize that he just don't have coin. I don't know when she's going to get it. She continues to like ask him to do stuff, and he's like, "I don't have it. I cannot do it. We can't afford it." But she will ask again. And I'm like, he's telling you he cannot afford to move. He's telling you he cannot afford to live in a gated community. He's telling you he don't even have money to keep the lights on in the home. What are you expecting? And she's just sitting there like, no, but honey, we can look at apartments. Oh, you can't. He don't have the money. And it's not like he's lying to you. Wayne is being honest. He's saying, I don't have it. And Holly's like, there's nothing wrong with looking, honey. There's nothing wrong with looking. Girl, there's everything wrong with looking. He ain't got the money. What do you want him to do? Go back to America. Because at the end of the day, Holly just had a more comfortable life in America. She does not want to live in South Africa the way that she's living. So just go home to America. Go home and be with your mama in America. And maybe try to bring Wayne over here. He ain't got nothing over there anyway. He ain't got nothing in South Africa. He may want to come to America. Do that. Y'all need to do 90 Day Fiance the other way. And the other way be in America. Because this is not working. This is not working. Holly, your man ain't got no money. You have to believe him. I don't know why you think he's like lying to protect you. He is broke and he keeps on saying it. Anyway, that's all I had to say. What do you guys think? Black Lavender said Brandon can't even look at the sky while thinking that he's looking at a woman. If Brandon looks at the sky, Mary probably think he's cheating with an angel. She is gone. Hey, Mock Reviews. Mock Reviews said Armando is selfish. He knew how old that man was when he met him. But then what is Kenny? Kenny knew how young Armando was when he got with him. I honestly believe these two fell in love. And then when they got in this marriage, all of a sudden the love wears off and you have to deal with reality. You have to deal with reality. Laura, I absolutely forgot about that story, I guess. I absolutely forgot about that story. I was like, what? What? That's so sad. Mock Review said it's delusional to want a 60-year-old to raise 4 kids, to have who will raise 4 kids to have a baby. It is. But then it's also delusional to get with somebody who was 30 and think that he don't want a child. Tia B has said, I refuse to believe that she's a virgin married with the way she's acting. Well, Brandon said that they were having a lot of phone sex. So who knows? Mimi said Mary and Brandon are an investigation. Well, I said that. I said Snap Killer Couples is giving that energy. It is giving that energy. Fellow foster dog mom said abandonment issues, Statler, Mary, and Armando. They all need to work through their issues to have healthy relationships. I agree. Indy said Mary uses her crying to manipulate Brendan, and he always folds and apologizes to her. I also get turned off by her childishness when she doesn't want to take accountability. Yeah, the way she was crying, I'm like, of course he's not going to want to continue to have this conversation with you, because he was having an adult conversation and saying, when you do this, this is how this makes me feel. I do not like that. And if I'm going to remain in a relationship with you, this is how I would like for you to treat me. And her response is, like ripping at her face. I was like, oh no, the coochie is not worth it. The coochie is not worth it. She absolutely does need to go back home. He is broke. Like, how many times does he have to tell her? Holly will not listen. So Steph said, no, Wayne lied because he never told her that his business went downhill. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Oh, well, you know what? You're right. Because he did say when she met me, I was doing very well. But now I'm not. But listen, that's marriage. Like, you want to get married to this guy for richer or poorer. You're going to have them ups. You're going to have them ups and downs. She just stares. Oh, like she never blinks. Oh. Like, where's the money? Like, honey, we can go look at apartments. Girl, what? Kimberly said the May to December relationship has run its course. I think you're right. I'm so hurt. I love that couple, guys. But I think you're right. I think this is the end. And that's so unfortunate. I have got to get to the market. This Publix water is terrible. I don't know why my mom got it. I hate it. You know what? Let me. Woo! Maybe that would be better. Is it better? Not so blown out. Everybody get up. All right, family, let me get out of here because I have to get ready for 90 Day Fiance, The Last Resort, which was really good. Thank you all for joining me. This was a fun little chat. I will see you in about 30 minutes for 90 Day Fiance, The Last Resort. Love you all so much. See you soon for something else. Bye. Hopefully my lighting will be better then. So sorry, family.